Hello again. This is the sixth part of this Christmas and New Year's updated video for January 5th, 4th, 2021, 22, I mean. Yep. Now we go from the categories of vinyls and read-along books. Now I got here some actual books I just got from flea markets, book sales, and from the thrift store. Now let's start with one of the three Muppet Baby paperback books. That is the Muppet Babies, Baby Piggy, the Living Doll. I think I showed you that from my previous updated video that I did back in 2020 in September. Published in 1988. Yep. Animal go bye-bye. This is a coupon when you have to buy like a Muppet Babies, or just the actual Muppets shampoo by Children's Bubble Bath. Someone must have write it down. Just Kermit and Me. This is another released in 1988. That was during like the promotion for like the McDonald's Happy Meals. There's a Jim Henson's Play Along video series, only from Limar Home Video back then. And here's Even Kermit Gets Grouchy, a third Muppet Baby book that was released from Weekly Reader's book from Middletown, Connecticut, released in 1987. Animal go bye-bye. This is a pretty good illustration. Now I got here some rare children's books. I got Charlie Brown All-Stars by Charles M. Schulz. It was published in 1966, around that time when Charlie Brown All-Stars it was broadcasted in 66 when it was on CBS. I have it on the VHS tape of It's Magic Charlie Brown with Charlie Brown All-Stars. Ah, good grief. And you know what, this year is going to be Charlie Brown's 72nd anniversary. Started in 1950, right up to today. Oh, good grief. They made the uniform out of Linus's blanket. I even have the read-along book version of Charlie Brown All-Stars that was released in 1978 by Buena Vista Records. It was released from the World Publishing Company in Cleveland and New York. Now here's Winnie the Pooh and Friends. That was released a golden shape book back in 1976, the year before when Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh was released in theaters. Hello, I'm Tigger T-I-double-G-R. One little thing about Tiggers. I got here one of the golden books I just got. Hold on. Let's start with this, like a paperback like Bugs Bunny's Carrot Machine. That was released from Golden Book in 1971. There's Elmer Fudd over there, like one of the, like he wears that in one of the early Warner Bros. Cartoons in the 30s. Bugs Bunny made his debut in 1940. What's up, Doc? It was released it's gotta be from FX Educational Publishing Company, yep. I got three golden books, like the Circus is in Town counting book, which was released in 1978. Then I got here The Sleepy Bear by Margaret Wise Brown. That was from the public library way out in New Jersey. It was originally published in 1938, but it was reissued it was made in 1948, but it's got to be in 1975 reissue. Brings back to the golden age of golden books. Here's the large Growling Bear. It was made in 1961 by the Golden Book. I got here a paperback like Mrs. Pac-Man, Mrs. Pac-Man's prize pupil. Yep. It was released in 1983 from the Golden Book in New York. When Pac-Man was so popular at the time from the video games and the cartoon show, when I first saw Pac-Man, it was in a Pac-Man Christmas special that was released in 1982. It was so popular just like with the Smurfs around that time. And here's the Holy Grail Disney book called The Love Bug that was released in Disney's Wonderful World of Reading in 1979. It was the 10th anniversary of the original Love Bug was released in theaters when they had Dean Jones, Buddy Hackett, Michelle Lee, and David Tomlinson, and Joe Flynn. And one of the police officers from the Love Bug, it was played by Joey Ross from Car 54, Where Are You? And Joe Flynn was even in it too. And also they made other Herbie the Love Bug films besides that. It follows from Herbie Rides Again in 1974, Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo 1977, and Herbie Goes Bananas in 1980. This seems like a good illustration book. I got here another Peanuts book. You're a good sport, Charlie Brown. This is Charlie Brown special was broadcasted in 1975. It was released from Random House Books Publishing in New York in 1976. It followed from the special in 1975. I even have You're a Good Sport, Charlie Brown read-along, book and tape from 1980. Oh, good grief. Back when I was in the library in Queens, I used to rent out You're a Good Sport, Charlie Brown read-along. I'm trying to find Snoopy Come Home read-along. Oh, good grief. I even have a Disney Afternoon comic book. Look at that. It was released in 1995. When they showed that on WPIX 11, they used to have Disney Afternoon episodes. Remember that, from Duckling Duck to Tailspin to Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers to DuckTales. Now I got here some hardcover Sesame Street books like Welcome Home, Big Bird. That was released from Sesame Street Book Club in the year of 1985, the same year when I Follow That Bird by Evan Pearl Kingsley, illustrated by Tom Cook. God, I love Sesame Street. The original. And I don't know if that Elmo was in it. Elmo didn't make his debut till 1984, when he made his small part in Follow That Bird. As a matter of fact, in 1984 for the Muppets, they were in Muppets Take Manhattan when they were in the cameo at the wedding scene. Here's Big Bird in China. It was published in Random House in 1983, when Big Bird in China was broadcast at the time in 1983. And I have it on VHS of my Sesame Street VHS collection. How get to China? Look at that. Photos from the long special. I even have Christmas Eve on Sesame Street, but I don't have no Don't Eat the Pictures and Big Bird in Japan. I got here the last hardcover children's book, that is Come to My Birthday Party. It was released in It was released from Western the Perimeter Company in 1969. There has some good nursery rhymes in there. It's a pretty good book in 1969. They didn't have anything like this in 1983. 4th of July. A hobo party. The happiness is a teddy bear. St. Patrick's Day. Turtle's birthday. Yep. These are the names of the kids when they have their birthdays. Birthday date remember. That's got to be from a library book. Now I got here a gold mine when I was in the book sale. That is the Laurel and Hardy scrapbook, published in 1976 or something, from the publishing company called the Tasowskis or something. Yep. And here's a Laurel and Hardy picture cut out from the newspaper. That was about around before when the Laurel and Hardy shorts and features came to home video by Nostalgia Merchants. It was made by Jonathan David Publishing from Middle Village, Queens, New York, by Jack Spilesky. There's another nice mesh that you really got me into. They show some photos from their shorts and features when they were with Hal Roach and 20th Century Fox of Laurel and Hardy. This is their biographies of Stan Laurel and the other biography of Oliver Hardy. Oliver Babe Hardy or Norval Hardy. But I prefer the Three Stooges because I love the old Curlies and Shemps. Photo picture from their feature-length movie Pack Up Your Troubles. This is when they're playing golf outside when they're not at work. Over there, Oliver Hardy was a caddy with Don Amici. Mortimer Dookie played in Trading Places in 1983. There's Oliver Hardy and Sue Obia. That was the only one movie Oliver Hardy made without Stan Laurel. That was with Harry Landon in Sue Obia. This is with Ollie with his wife. Yep. This is the photo from their movie R2K, known as Utopia, filmed it in Europe in 1950. But for that movie, it was not a great Laurel and Hardy movie because Stan was having a stroke, Ollie was having a heart attack. This is a photo picture from 1963 with Stan Laurel with Dana Andrews. The same Dana Andrews did Laura, Best Years of Our Lives, Ball of Fire, Up in Arms with Danny Kaye, and even on the Twilight Zone episode, and 0 Hour. This is one of Stan and Ollie's ancestors. This is the Laurel and Hardy merchandising over there. Get a great meal or a snack. There's a Laurel and Hardy merchandising from the comic books. Around that time, there was a Laurel and Hardy cartoon show by Hanna-Barbera during of the mid-60s. Around that time, it was the Three Stooges cartoons. There's a photo picture from Hog Wild in 1930, and there's silent shorts like That's My Wife and Battle of the Century when they're throwing pies. There's a picture from their silent short Leave 'em Laughing when Stan has a toothache. There's a photo picture from Hollywood Parade when they're in the cameo. There's Live Ghosts and Birthmarks. There's from Part.6 in a Spanish version. Devil's Brothers, known as Bogus Bandits, would have Dennis King and Laurel Hardy Murder Case. And there's a photo picture from their silent short like Liberty in 1929. Photo picture from Our Wife, Bohungs and Chickens Come Home with Mae Bush was in that episode. There's a photo picture with Stan and Ollie and Mae Bush again in The Fixer Uppers. And then Tit for Tat and Bonnie Scotland's. And last but not least, a couple of the pictures they did for Fox I have. The Big Noise, yep, and Nothing But Trouble. Bullfighters was their last film they did for Fox in 1945. Here's another nice mess that you really got me into, Stan. Here's a rare magazine I got. I had to pay like 20 bucks for it. That is like a film weights. Something. Hold on. This magazine was published on February of 1937. That's got to be from Berlin. A German magazine. Oh my God. I paid good money on it. I think I paid $20 for it off on eBay. This is a pretty rare and pretty good magazine. I got one more book. Hold on. As soon as I close this. Here's Ring Bells, Sing Songs, Broadway Musicals of the 1930s by Stanley Green. It's a pretty good book. I wonder if Jeanette MacDonald does Broadway shows in her career. Once with Cary Grant. It was made from Gower Head Books, New York City. It was released in 1971, made 50 years ago. There's Edwin in the Broadway show called Simple Simon. Lou Leslie's International Review. And I bet Fred Astaire did Broadway shows in his career. And there's Edwin himself in The Laugh Parade. And you know Bob Hope did a Broadway show once with Fanny Brice and with Ethel Merman in Red Poppin' Blue. These are the Broadway shows he did back in the 1930s. Nowadays, nobody can see a Broadway show on account of the COVID-19 spreading all over New York. This is a pretty good book about Broadway shows. Norm Cowell's like Tonight at 8:30. The one who did Bittersweet. There's Babes at Arms before there was a film version with Judy Garland and Mickey Rooney. One of those Let's Put on the Show musicals. And here's a bonus for you. That is like Disney's Picture Neural DVD game. Let the DVD draw for you. That's pretty good. I don't know how I can work this, but I already have the Disney board game. I got it back in 2012. Comes with the VHS tape with the clips from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Cinderella, and Pinocchio. Look at this. Your favorite Disney characters drawing. Yep. I can draw anything. There's the dice, the DVD, the works. And there's like the cards to follow the characters. There's a DVD. This is not exactly the VHS. Came out in 2002 by Mattel. Yep. I'm going to check this out one day if I'm not too busy. So there you have it. Those are the books I got for Christmas, and I hope you enjoyed part 6 of this update of this video, and I'll see you for part 7. You just take care and try to subscribe with 6 other videos. Bye.